That we are with an unexpected matchup, as Palidore said, a challenge match to surprise us all and a great finish to the night. We've got Chaos in orange against Flare in blue.
That's right. I had to switch around the teams because, they were trying to juke me there on the rosters, but no, I got it. We've got everyone in the right place, including Sputnik over on the caster's desk alongside me, making my grand return for the last 30 minutes of this Saturday night of games. Been plenty of them, so yeah, excited to get these off and underway. And so here we go.
With an immediate slap to the floor, not able to retrieve it, Dano sails by it. A great play out of the gates. And with the clear down into the hands of Cakester. Chaos looking sharp, sending it back to goal. This is a new team, and I'm glad to see him playing like this.
And yeah, well, they were around in the preseason, but by all accounts, pretty much a new team. I mean, they have finally trying to get a solid roster through Dano McFabulous, Cakester, and Farafo. They were kind of a trio as that triple goes in. Speaking of, for Chaos, or for Flare rather, courtesy of Game. But yeah, Chaos is a team kind of trying to find their stride roster-wise here, adding Curry in a hurry now in the off season, and seeing if they can find a foothold going into the next few months.
Yeah, it's been great to see Chaos, brave through the preseason, play with a bunch of substitutes. Been getting into the groove, and it's been an uphill battle for them. But they've been playing gracefully. They've been working through it, and they've been getting these clears through the tube into the hands of Shepard.
Yeah, and you would kind of know a bit about that. You did sub for them, I think, twice, right?
I subbed, I believe, once.
Twice in the same night, maybe? I don't know. It was that game you had a bunch of like crazy saves. I do believe, right?
I think the only two substitute games that I've had a bunch of crazy saves. Hopefully, I can maintain that rhythm.
Hopefully, but right now trying to find the rhythm here is the aforementioned Chaos. Dano is there being contested, and Game as a result gets the disc and finds Shepard over there in the back for a Flare as they make their way back to the front line off of some bounces. And it's going to be Chrome actually up top now. Defense retreating and could not find a connection on that pass.
So with that pass to the back line, Shepard going to the floor to Chrome. Chrome got two options, going to post and to the lower bottom of the goal, not able to get it.
Made the most from the post, and Grumpiest Broom, after their game the other day, Flare, maybe a little bit disappointing on their part. I remember Shepard came into the Twitch chat afterwards, and he was saying they just didn't really play like themselves, and I can kind of agree because Flare in the preseason were looking really just collected as a team. Their passing is what impressed me the most of anything because we already knew that these guys were great defensively, especially with the likes of Shepard and Grumpy, but as far as the team play, their passing game was pretty on point for a lot of the latter half of preseason.
Yeah, and a lot of hard work from Chaos. The boosting stacks from Farafo and Dano are on point. They've got good rhythm and they've got good speed, but sending that pass a little far wide, if Farafo is to retrieve it from the floor and sending it through the tube, but the quick boost from Flare is right there to grab it.
Yeah, right there for Flare, and maybe not too fair. Feels Chaos, but doesn't matter. They're down by 5, so Flare right now just trying to build upon what they have. Farafo in the tunnel, bothering Chrome Platypus, and at least forcing the pass to Shepard. Now that's a long one that's almost cut off, but Game will take it from top to bottom. There it drops 7-0.
Game working from the ceiling, dropping down a goal and getting that 3-meter shot on the goalie of Chaos, not able to respond. They're down by 7 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Chaos needs to come out of the gates. They need to get these passes, and they need to get points on the board.
Trying to do just that as a rollout goes here. A straight-up line of passes getting on through. There's a goalie already back here. Shepard right in his home cradle as a Farafo cradles that disc to find a soft pass back to Dano.
Great spacing, great passing. They're controlling this disc. They just need to get but able to cut it off. Chrome Platypus reading that pass and getting the shot at 60 meters with the clear off what looks like ceiling into the goal. 3 points for a 10-0 lead from Flare.
So right now, Flair, they are looking, well, they're looking good, doing kind of what I expected them to start doing the first game out. But I don't know, right now, this Saturday night, they're doing what they need to do to get this one done so far. But Chaos losing the disc here, that's going to hurt. Not a 3, but still a rebound game. Looking for it, and there's a 3 anyway, so still makes up for that initial miss.
Game able to pick up Chrome's missed shot, getting that 11-meter 3 right outside the bubble to pull ahead by 13.
Strong start here, about halfway through this first round between these two teams in this late night matchup. Just past the hands, Ferrafo manages to nab it out of the air. Dano will be met halfway by Grumpiest Broom, forcing the pass, also just through the fingertips. Now, well, that's a deep shot on the other side that, will go in fact, for game.
Just 2 meters shy of Chrome's 60-meter shot. Flair is sinking some really beautiful looking long shots, and it's gotta be hard on the Team Chaos.
And that one from 58 meters out, I think that was. And that's following the shot earlier, too, as another one. Oh, the barrage continues. Just missile after missile for Flair.
Chaos has some great passing. They're coming out of the gates. They're looking good. They're in good positioning. They might need to be faster. They might need to be more dynamic, but they have the right plays. They're doing good. They just have to tweak it.
Yeah, maybe just weren't quite prepared for this version of Flair to come out, as that one just narrowly avoids the mercy situation at the 19 points. But yeah, Flair just came focused tonight. So Chaos right now, we were talking about it in the earlier cast as well. We obviously know these players are more than capable. They've been around for a while, and they have played Echo Arena plenty. It's just more so as a team, finding that cohesion, finding the chemistry. Think it'll get there, but just currently, unfortunately, the victims of a first-round blitz.
You know, you have to respect Chaos. They didn't have to accept this challenge. They want to play, and there's only one way to get better, and that's just playing. So a lot of respect to Chaos. They're one of my favorite teams in the league because they just want to play, they want to get better, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get better.
Yeah, and I think that's the case as the Mercy does go through, in fact, for round 1. So 21-0 in that one. Just a strong effort, no doubt. Very focused is Flair. And for Chaos, yeah, it was Dana who reached out to me just before the game had started, or just after the challenge match was made. And it kind of reiterated exactly what Sputnik just said, in that, yeah, they're just trying to find stability. They want to really grind through these games. Dano said to expect more challenge matches, in the coming weeks as well. Like, they're really trying to just go hard at it and find their footing.
And this is only Season 1, and we expect many more seasons of VRML. So we'll see a lot of them, and we'll see them get better as they find their players, as they find their plays, and they find their rhythm. And it's difficult. It's extremely difficult, and it takes a lot of effort. And people don't realize that. And it's a grind. You got to play. You got to get good. You got to train. And I cannot wait to see Chaos start to get where they want to be.
Yeah, it's like the case with any sport, really, right? Where the skill ceiling for as simple as the game is on paper, just all you have to do is get the disc, you put it in the goal, or the ball in the goal, or football over the goal, whatever it is, right? You're putting, you're scoring points, you're playing as a team, and at the end of the day, as basic as that concept is, the skill ceiling just immeasurably high when it comes to sports and when it comes to this sport. And they're looking good on that shot. Chrome Platypus 7 seconds into that rollout.
And there's a lot of dynamism in this game. You can play very physically. You can, play with a lot of game sense. And it's a culmination of all these components. So as you play, you get better. Your muscle memory gets better. Your game sense gets better. And it's just this constant, struggle. Everyone everyone in this game struggles. You're struggling to get better. You're struggling to make these plays, and it just takes time.
Wasting no time on that one, though, was game right back again. 15 seconds that time. So, yeah, the 7-second one, a 15-second one. The last round, they had a few single-digit or near single-digit goals. I mean, they're just relentless at the moment. Chaos trying to capitalize on this joust advantage and just kind of see what they do on the rollout. They do opt to go to Farafo first, but he's just going to be assaulted right there. Not in an available lane, so instead an open 3 lane for the 7th point.
So they're immediately rolling out of the tubes and getting in like static positioning, which allows Flare to come out of their tubes at a slightly delayed rate and just immediately attack them. They need to play more dynamically, they need to keep moving, but they need to send players out of the gates and challenge that Flare stack.
And see right there, this time they try to move forward a bit more for a deeper pass, but just met right in the middle by Grumpy. And Grumpy probably feeling quite happy so far with the results, but still have some time to go. That pass will not connect.
C. Jason coming through with the 606 bits. C. Jason killing it today. Thank you, C. Jason, for the emotes. Thank you for the bits. We are extremely grateful for it.
Oh, seeing the goal is Dano, however, with the first 2 for Chaos here in the game. And there we go. Got themselves a breakaway and put it away. And yeah, cheers to C. Jason 88 for that. Much appreciated, sir.
So with points on the board, Joust possession to Flare. Flare's going to send it to right tube, missing their pass. Chaos boosting to it with that speed. They've got possession. They're trying to get it downfield through the hands of that backline player of Chaos. Hopefully they can get downfield, but they miss it. Into the hands of Chaos. Can they make it
there
happen?
We go.
And they do at 6 meters, 4-7. It's only a 3-point game now. Chaos is coming out and they're playing hard, and I want to keep seeing more of it.
Almost thought they had a chance at the 3, but not quite. But nonetheless, they will take it because, yeah, after going scoreless for the first 10 minutes, here we are in the first 3 minutes of round 2 and already a couple goals. So Flare, I'm sure they're not too worried yet, but you don't want to let this continue. They found some momentum here. Don't let them build on it. Now that one, great save there by Cakester. Just gets there in the nick of time, but still the disc going back to Flare.
So working on the ceiling, coming down, Game able to play that angle. Goalie challenging him, getting out of goal. It's a very difficult decision. Caught in no man's land as Game takes that shot. It is now Joust advantage to Chaos at 4-9, advantage Flare.
So for this team here on Flare, if you look at their roster, I already mentioned, as an intercept again, Chrome. That will be a 3, not made, however, so avoiding some danger. But this roster on Flare, mentioned Grumpy and Shepard, but look, you have Game and Chrome Platypus. They are 2 veterans in their own right who've been playing since, I'm pretty sure, I know Game definitely since beta days, and Chrome I'm pretty sure since around the same time as well. So very long-time players who know what they're doing as both individuals and as a team.
Yeah, much more experienced team from Flare, much more competitive play, but Chrome 2, the goal from Game at 2 meters is now a 7-point game in favor of Flare. Let's see how Chaos comes out with Joust advantage, if they can gain this momentum back, if they can get more points on the board. I would love to see it, and I know the audience would.
Sure, Chaos would just as well. So the Joust, they opt for a bottom, two bottom rollouts, and over to the top to Farafo. Chrome domes the offender Farafo, and he's not going to be too happy about that, but maybe Grumpy will be. He has one available pass, doesn't take it because he felt confident and he had the corner for the 13th point.
Grumpy getting it on the floor, narrowly avoiding the defender from Chaos, and with a nice smooth shot at a really sharp angle, it is a 9-point game in favor of Flare with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
So despite that, as another intercept goes out, actually, and that is dead center for Chrome Platypus. I was about to say just before that, Chaos seems to be kind of holding off Flare a bit more. Granted, obviously, Flare is still getting their points, but Chaos was making a little headway here. compared to the first round, but that turnover there is going to hurt.
And Chaos is constantly experimenting. They're trying these different plays, and it's exactly that. You got to work through it. You got to do these plays. You got to play these plays, and you got to see what works, and you got to keep tweaking it. And they're doing just that.
You've seen the last, I think, 4 or 5 rollouts in a row now. They've pretty much rolled out differently each time. They're opting to go to either tunnel, then they're going to bottom, and so they're definitely experimenting and just trying to see what they can pull off here and what works for this first week. It's a long season. Now that will be taken by Chrome, but slapped out by Farafo. Great hands. Gets it over to Dano, and he knows what to do as it goes on through for the clear.
And the boost is coming out from both teams. Able to grab it is Dano. Dano, but losing it off the defender in the game, slapping it back to goal. Maintaining possession, but sending it back with it. An error is Dano's disc, but the goalie is there to get it. And a pass.
Sends it over to Game just as well. And that's a deep shot. Oh, that is just barely taken out of there by Curry. And he needed to be in a hurry for that one to work.
So with a back pass that squeaks into the hands of Shepard, excuse me. Shepard to Chrome. Chrome looking for his man down, but it bounces off the geometry, able to retrieve it. Quick thinking from Grumpy. Back to Bowtie. Controlled passing to the ceiling with the geometry pass. Behind goal and the shot from 3 meters from Grumpy. Nice controlled passing. Getting that defense out of position and able to pull that lead to 14 points.
Now see, that was the flare that I know and was kind of confused about not seeing as much of the other day. So definitely found themselves their stride here.
Chaos opting to go through the tube as that boost comes out in position, but getting stunned out by Grumpy. Grumpy sending it downfield. And the stack from Chaos narrowly missing it as these teams scramble for the disc.
And winds up going just back and forth here. Curry will be the lucky recipient of that clear, but not for very long, because there is the disc being shot and missed, but Game past his hands, past a couple more. Grumpy is getting stunned, attempting the shot. Will not be meant to be, as the boost comes on through for both these teams.
So Chrome to retrieve it. Chrome taking his time. They've got all the time in the world to burn, and that they are doing as they send it downfield to be missed by the backfield player of Chaos.
And Chrome will take that over. He is all kinds of contorted, still takes a shot, doesn't drop, but maybe this one will for Shepard, and absolutely shall. There's the 2 and 20 points again for Flair, although it did take quite a bit more time this time around.
Chaos being a bronze division team, punching up their weight class into the silver division of Flair. They know that the cards are stacked against them. They're playing through it, and they get stunned out at the nest. Chrome Platypus to take the 3. Only have about 18 points with 40 seconds remaining.
And yeah, so that's another point too. Again, to clarify, for those at home, this was a challenged match, so not required by any means to be accepted, but I'm not even sure who made the challenge. I suppose, based on our conversation earlier, it's probably Chaos, but yeah, when it comes to MMR rankings on this, one team who's higher than the other won't necessarily benefit quite as much as the lower team. So, for Flair perhaps being a higher ranking, at least based on last season's MMR, not a huge risk situation necessarily, but for Chaos, just kind of doing what they need to do to grind it through, like we mentioned.
Chaos knows what they need to do. If they want to get better, they're going to have to play against hard teams. And again, I have a lot of respect for them, and I just love watching them play because they work hard, they play through the pain, and they know what it takes to be the best, and they're working to it.
So a quick look at the stats before they reset. They are reset, but we had double digits from Game, Chrome Platypus, and Grumpiest Broom. Hopefully the viewers at home, though, they did get a view on the extension there on the Twitch player. That's always handy for getting looks at the stats. Thank you again. Sealable bag for that. So much for Subtlety doing work on that end to make our jobs a bit easier. But yes, congrats to Flair there for the victory, and respect to Chaos, as Sputnik mentioned, for just coming through here and grinding this one out. Not the results they wanted, perhaps, but this is a good kind of barometer for where they want to be as this 3-month-long season continues.
And with that being said,
Thanks, Sput.
yeah, I just sorry to get off my rhythm. With that being said,
Oh no, I thought you were just going for the inside joke. Yeah, anyways.
I got no jokes. I've got no jokes tonight. It is the end of the night. That was our last match, and I am tired. But I had a great...
Sput pointed out before this game, I say that a bit. I do. We'll work on some more transition. Some more segues. But yes, a quick look, though, before we do sign off, actually, just at the schedule that we have looking ahead of us tomorrow. We're starting off with the Phantoms versus Team Gravity. Phantoms, formerly known as Backlash, as mentioned, last preseason. The #1 seeded team last season for a lot of it, although it was Team Gravity who came up ahead in that matchup in the championship series. So that will be a very interesting preseason championship rematchup, if you will. And we're looking forward to that at 12:45 Central Time, 11:45 a.m. my time, but I'm in a weird time. And yeah, then we have Phantoms versus Fusion, followed by Illuminati versus Orbit, overlapping there. And then later in the evening for North America, we have Flare and Instinct, SSVC Legends versus Guinness, Ignite versus Genesis, Wireless Jacks and Space Force, and then Chaos and Genesis. And see Smash Dash Fusion also at the bottom, but that's rescheduled for tentatively next week. So tomorrow's schedule, plenty to come. But do stay tuned, and, well, I mean, not all the way through the night unless you want to, but stay tuned and tune in tomorrow for some more Echo Arena action. And Cruisin says, "What is this? What's what?"
This is Minecraft VR. Can't you tell?
Oh shoot!
With
I'm
that
late.
being said,
Oh shoot! I'm late. With that being said, we're ready to sign off here after this match. Cruisin thought this match was starting, but in fact, our night is ending. Apologies. But as I pointed out here, we have a lot of games coming. But yes, with that being spoken, I've been Palidore, SputnikKobra by my side, Skinny joining us earlier as well, and Sir Dimwee on those earlier streams. Thank you to everyone who joined us on the Twitch chat, and in the casting booth, and in the players' mats, I guess? I don't know. But thanks to you, and we'll see you again real soon.